Well, hello and welcome back. Thank you for coming back. Today, well, we're in downtown Paphos, and we're going to take you from downtown Paphos all the way out, across Tomb of the Kings, out through Clorica, out through Casonica, and we're going to finish up on the Coral Bay Strip. The girl in charge of the ship is Miss Ochin Gracilia Labouf, the most beautiful woman in the world.
Hello everybody, how nice to see you again and again.
And again. Into gear. Gracilia Labouf is in charge. There we are. There's the Amalfi 5-star luxury hotel to give you the first bearing. We're going the wrong way down the hotel's avenue, which is Posidonis Avenue. Coming up on the left here is unfortunately a hotel that's gone bankrupt, and it's called the Aloha Hotel. But I did see some Gambarus standing outside the other day with clipboards and that kind of stuff, and some Chinese gentlemen. So you never know, one of them may have found a couple of Uncle Bob's under his bed and found a couple of bob and bought it, and hopefully it'll come back fully refurbished for this time next year. This is the Amphora, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Which means amphitheatre, basically. Yes, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a luxury 4-star resort in downtown Paphos with frontage to the beach. This area now is the Triangle, so you've got various restaurants and bars and businesses for sale and to rent. And that over there to the right is the Avanti Hotel 5-star, and to our left is the Neapolis University, and then there over there is the Hellenic Bank. You've got a betting shop to keep Dave Jono happy. You've got the Veronica Hotel. Lee Jackson and his friends had a great time in there. The Greek Grill and various other shops and businesses that, to be honest, haven't got much use to either you, me or her. Gracilia Labouf?
Why?
Well, most of them are empty. There used to be a hire car shop there, but luckily he's packed up. That's a bit of an in-joke. There we go. Right, let's take a left, Gracilia Labouf. And at this left, we will end up on the road that is going to take us to Paphos Centre, and then along the Tomb of the Kings Avenue. Now, just over yonder now, we're going to come across a lay-by. So if you happen to have borrowed someone's car, stolen someone's car, or hired someone's car, this is where the Gambarus in blue hang out with that little thing called a speed gun, and they are checking to see if you are sticking to the speed limit. Now, the speed limit in downtown Paphos is around about 50 kilometres an hour. But don't worry about that bit. As long as you're not doing more than 69 kilometres an hour, in other words 70, they're not going to book you, beat you, or even shoot you. So I always say to everyone, you stick to 60 kilometres an hour wherever you are in Paphos, and you're going to be fine. Oh, and also don't drink too much, because they do like you to pull you over and make you blow into this silly thing. Gracilia Labouf.
They ask you to make a blow.
It's like Big Diggers. Anyway, we're a family channel. Let's keep going. This is the dual carriageway road that runs all the way from Paphos, the central road as we call it, and it brings us past the big church, past Russian Road, and it'll join up to the roundabout by the Paphos Mall, and the Mall will be to our right, and the Skywalk, which is the raised platform which allows you to walk into the archaeological park, will be to our left. And at that roundabout, if you went left, you would go back down to Paradise, which of course is the Cato Paphos harbour area. If you go left at that roundabout, you'd go to Uptown Paphos and wiggle and waggle into the old town. Gracilia Labouf, how's the driving?
Yes, this car is amazing. Not only this certain car, but all the Mercedeses are amazing.
Say that again.
Mercedeses.
And what's the last word?
Are amazing.
Benz.
Mercedes-Benz.
There we are. It does something to me, that's for sure. It's a bit like really.
You can rely on these cars, really.
They're a good car, they are. Well, unless you're a T&J Mac. Well, if you're a J Mac, you're all right, but if you're a T Mac, you're not. Sorry, Miss Tracy. We hope that you fixed all the problems with your car. Well, sorry, not you. Either they fixed them or they've given you your money back, and then you could get J-Max, and then he could go buy a J. Nicholas. Yeah.
He will be taken to.
Where are we going to take him? Where are we going to take him?
Cyprus.
So remember, J-Mac, if you're a naughty boy, we're going to come and get you, we're going to beat you, we're not going to shoot you, but we're going to go and install you as a permanent resident in the Cyprus Maris Hotel, all inclusive, and you're not even allowed to go out to Chloe's restaurant. Anyway, thanks for dinner, by the way. Here we go. That's the big church to the left. Again, you can wiggle and waggle down to the Bar Street area. And we're going to keep going a little bit, and you can see that raised platform now coming up on the left. That's the Paphos Skywalk. Beautiful weather today, by the way.
It is.
If you're wondering what time of year it is, we are in the middle of November, and as you can see, the sky is blue. Just over yonder, the sea is blue. Mr. Paul is dressed head to toe in blue, and even receiving a booth is dressed in an awful lot of blue.
And all he's missing is you.
So?
Just get yourself to this big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy.
Because
Cyprus is simply waiting only for you.
there we are. So that's the roundabout, that's the Paphos Mall, and this now is Tomb of the King's Avenue. Again, a collection of bars, restaurants and other businesses, the Roman hotels to our left to give you a bearing, and you've got all sorts going on, from Asian massage and spa over there, you've got a hairdressing salon, you've got restaurants, you've got the Rock Bottom pub, you've got apartment complexes, you've got hotels, you've got all sorts of things, and of course just over yonder to the left is the blue Mediterranean Sea, and it's glistening with the sunshine today, and it's a licking and a lap in the coastline of downtown Paphos. So it's a great place to come, whether you are coming out for a weekend, a week, a fortnight, or even the rest of your life. Coming up over here is the Divine Peak restaurant, the top floor, and you know the chef in there, don't you?
That one
Andreas.
I was talking about.
Yeah. And apparently it's a very fine dining restaurant, and one of these days we're going to pop up there and see if we can twist that chef's arm, Mr. Andreas, and see if we can get, well, maybe a discount or maybe even a free meal. You never know. It could be a first for the channel.
I don't think we will get
I
any
don't
free
think
meal,
so, no.
but
They're more likely to throw us out without using the elevator because they're on the 5th floor.
have you forgotten the Olympic Lagoon experience?
Well, we're going there tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that again. So we're on first name terms now with the security guards. They don't call me by my name, they call us with certain other words, shall we say.
Yeah.
Normally starts with an F and ends with an off. But anyway, there we are. This roundabout here is the Tomb of the Kings roundabout. What's that mean? Well, if you go right, you go up into the Old Town. If you go left, you go into the Tomb of the Kings. And that's it over there. And you pay €2.50 a pop, and you pop in there, and you can have a wiggle and a waggle around. There's some mosaics and some old things, and there's a beautiful view of the blue Mediterranean Sea. There we go. Back on to Tomb of the Kings Avenue. Just over here, you've got a hotel where some of our Gumbarus who live in Mandrea stay. And they stayed there for a couple of weeks. That's the Alvida Hotel. And one of these days, I'm going to pop to Mandrea and I'm going to steal his Audi A3. Oh, exactly. I promised him I would. Anyway, over there is the Venus Beach Hotel to the left. And just up there, to give you another reference point, is the Lidl supermarket. Watch your speed along here, you can see the booth. Because, again, the Gumbarus in blue like to hang out just over there. Because there's a nice big open space and there's some trees. They can see you, but you can't see them.
But that's why I'm driving on the other side of the road.
And
so
why do you hit
run.
every single hole in the road?
Because they are in the middle.
Well, they are everywhere, actually, yeah. There's holes absolutely everywhere in the roads in Paphos. And unfortunately, you have to hit them all. Anyway, doesn't matter. That's
you're
like
asking and you answering.
And I'm answering at the same time. There we are. Right, we're almost going to get to the end of the Tomb of the King's Avenue. That's what this is called, Tomb of the King's Avenue. And at this little roundabout coming up here, well, every day there's an accident there because people forget that there's a roundabout there. But at that roundabout, you've got the Aspire Private Institute or private school. Again, you've got a lot of foreign children, not all British, a lot of expatriate children and a lot of local Cypriot children whose parents want them to be educated to the English curriculum, shall we say. So that's the Aspire School College to our left hand side. Now, we're out of Paphos officially, and we're now coming to the Motabos area. I think, how'd you say it? Moutalos area. That's what this area is called. And that means that coming up on the left-hand side is going to be one of the greatest hotels in the whole Paphos, and that is the 5-star luxury Elephant Hotel, the King Elephant Hotel, or to give it its correct name, it is the King Evelton Hotel. There we are. And that's coming up just over here. And I was only in a conversation yesterday with one of our superstars who stayed there. So Mr. Tom, there you go. That should hopefully soon bring back some fond memories for you, because he told us that he had a great time there with his mum and dad and his 2 sisters, and it was absolutely spectacular, and he can't wait to come back. So you'll have a look at that view, Major Tom. Absolutely spectacular. Cyprus is simply waiting for you. So back to the road. We are on our way now towards Lower Clorica. You've got Lower Clorica by the beach, which is where we are now. You've got Midtown Clorica and you've got Uptown Clorica. Quite a big, should we say, district Clorica is. And if you were to go right there, at that Silvlaki Brothers construction shop, you would go to the Duck Pond Market. And that's there on a Wednesday and a Sunday. But to be honest, it doesn't really get into full swing until Sunday. So if you want somewhere to go on a Wednesday, okay, go. But there's not a lot going on. But on a Sunday, full swing. Indoors and outdoors, open all year round, obviously subject to weather. But luckily for us, most of the time the weather is very good indeed, as all of the people who are staying in the resorts and the hotels at the moment are telling us the weather is absolutely spectacular. 25 degrees, sun glistening, doesn't get much better. Well, actually it does, watching Receiver Booth. Are you enjoying your drive?
I want it to be cooler, and I like that villa.
You like that villa? Here we are, Jeremy Simon. That's the villa she fancies at the moment. It's got an in entrance and an out entrance, as you can see. You can probably buy that for a bit of chump change. Bring a bit more than 20,000. Put in a few noughts on it. Let's call it 2 million, and Miss Otching with Sivula Booth will be a very happy girl.
Don't scare the
indeed.
boys.
Well, I'm not trying to scare the boys, but
well,
you know.
November is on. When they are coming, is it any secret?
Well, they don't seem to want to tell us, and apparently they're off. They've changed their flights and they're off to Tipmandu, whatever that might be. But they're looking forward to be hung by your very own bra. Anyway, Leonardo Laura Beach Splash Resort. That's the luxury hotel there.
The Russian man bought it, as we know.
The Russian man bought it.
Yes.
What's Russia? It doesn't exist anymore. Anyway, enough of that.
Long time ago.
A long time ago. So here we go. We are in downtown Clorica. We've got the Barkas Lounge coming up there.
The price of it was 50 million euros.
Was it?
Yeah.
What, for a Skoda or a Laura?
The hotel, Laura.
Which was it? 50 million.
Laura. Yeah, it was 50
Who bought
million. A Russian man.
Oh, a Russian man bought it.
Yes.
Oh, I see. So there we are. There's a bit of an insight. Some Russian gentleman's bought a hotel in downtown Clorica and he paid 50 million euros. Well, you wonder where he got that from. Never mind. I would have liked to have laundered that money for him, and I would do it willingly. So if anyone wants to launder some money...
4 or 5 jobs, Paul.
Was he?
24 hours
a day? Didn't sleep at all?
Didn't sleep.
There we are.
Poor one.
Someone's selling porcupines, that's for sure. Anyway, back on to the subjects of money laundering. If you've got some money that you want to launder, you get in touch with me and I'll launder as much of it as you want, as long as I can keep 10%. I'm very reasonable. I'm not greedy. You give me 10% and I'll wash that money in my very own washing machine in the kitchen. I promise you. And if you've got an awful lot of money, I'll even buy another washing machine. In fact, I've got another washing machine. In the basement, we've got another one. So I can wash an awful lot of money for you. Anyway, on that note, and iron it. I like this as well. I quite like ironing, yeah. Now, on that note, if you'd really like to watch the channel grow, please hit the like. YouTube loves it when you hit the like. They really do. It doesn't earn us any money, but they do like it because it's obviously telling them that you like it. And if you really like the channel, please consider subscribing. In fact, don't consider it, just subscribe, because we do like you to join our family. And if you really like a Spice Girl want to watch the channel grow, you could click through to our About page, where you'll find that you could, if you wish, buy me a coffee, her a coffee, yourself a coffee. We'll all sit down and have a damn good gumbarrowing together. And you never know, we might one of these days, as we threatened, nip off to one of those Greek islands and make a few silly videos wandering around and upset a few Greek people. There we are. Because actually, believe it or not, Cypriots are not Greek. They speak Greek with a slight dialect, but they're not actually Greek. So we thought we'd pop over to Rhodes, Corfu. Where was the other one? See, we're not that educated. We know there's a lot of Greek islands, but we thought we'd pop over to them and annoy some Greek people and some foreigners as well, obviously. Receiving?
Yes, and some Turkish islands also.
Oh, yes.
Is it any islands?
Well, they're all very close to us, aren't they? There are actually, yeah. So where are we now?
Marmaris.
Marmaris. I know someone who went to Marmaris and they told me it was absolutely fantastic. And that's, I think, is just off from Rhodes. So it's that away, about 250 kilometres. A long way to swim, I understand that. So we'll need a boat. Anyway, here we are.
Crazy Spoon.
Crazy Spoon. And the Atlanta Mare Village Paphos Hotel. Very, very nice hotel indeed. We did try to enter that hotel once, but it's very, very well protected, and the security, well, they didn't even give us the time of the day. They just told us, oi, get out. There you go.
They were like angry dogs.
They were very, very angry indeed. But luckily for us, they just said, oi, get out. So we did.
Oi.
There we are. Now, we're dropping down to a set of traffic lights, and at these traffic lights, you can turn back to the right and take yourself back up to Casonaga Village.
Look at this view.
Spectacular view.
Yeah.
Beautiful mix of mountain views out above Peyia all the way up to Casonaga. And of course, as we come through traffic lights, you then get a beautiful view out towards the blue Mediterranean Sea. There we are. That's the Bayside kiosk. And then just coming up are some luxury villas you can rent for your holidays. There's the blue Mediterranean Sea. And there is a car park that belongs to a rather nice beach bar called CU Beach Bar. There it is. And as you see, it's pretty busy because the car park is pretty full. And it's got a great beach in front of it. And of course, the blue Mediterranean Sea. And as you can see, there's the lifeguards on duty in their luxury penthouse. And that means now that this is the last little bit of connecting road that takes us to Coral Bay. That's the last stretch. That's Peyia to the right, and that's downtown Coral Bay to the left. That's where we're going. And if you're wondering how long it takes, around about 20 minutes from Paphos at a leisurely drive. If you were going to walk it, well, quite a lot longer, and I wouldn't recommend it. And if you want to get on a bus, the bus number is 615, and that bus runs approximately every 30 minutes from Paphos and obviously from Coral Bay to go back. So the bus number you're looking for is 615, and it does say Coral Bay on it if you're coming from Paphos, and if you were going back it would say Paphos Harbour. So 615 is the bus number, and I think it also goes out towards St George and that as well. There's a harbour out there as well. Anyway, that's enough of the dribble. We're coming into the municipality of Peyia, and if anyone's wondering about marinas, well, to our left is where they're planning on building the Paphos Marina. And rumour has it that after about 20 years of talking about it, that next year they're going to lay a brick. You never know. It could be a great place to buy an investment property. But of course, if you do, don't forget that Marika and me told you about that opportunity. Mention it, and you never know, you might get a commission, and we'll willingly buy you a coffee to say thank you.
Whole life through.
Whole life through, every week.
Exactly. And a dinner every day.
Every single day. There we are. Now, there's a big white wall over there, and it actually says, that one says thank you and bon voyage from Casonaga, and that one over there says welcome to Peyia municipality in English, and I assume it says the same in Greek above it, but I don't know. Anyway, there's the sign. From here, Polis is 30, Kathikos is 13, and Peyia village uptown is 3 kilometres. Remember, when we see numbers on signs here, it's in kilometres, so it's approximately 2/3 of a mile, should we say. So this is the roundabout. If we go straight over, we would go to Kathikos and Polis and St George Harbour. Well, we're going to go left, which means we're in Coral Bay. There we are. Now you've got restaurants, bars, coffee shops, the iPhone iCave placey, where you can get your phone fixed and buy cases and all that sort of stuff. Apologise for the road surface again. It's absolutely Sherlock Holmes.
The car is shouting.
It's shouting. It wants to go back to Germany. It said, send me the Strucker.
If it had a tongue, it would swear at us.
I think it does, just in German. We don't understand it. That's all. There we go. That's the Santa Maria restaurant and takeaway. Great fish and chips.
Santa
If
Maria.
you're in downtown Coral Bay, you've got Chalky's bar over there. You've got Dirty Martini, which is closed up for the season now. You've got the Kikos bar. You've got Othello's, our Gumbaro, Mr. Demetrius, and his mum Sue, and his dad Michael. But they're closed for the season now. He's off doing olive picking. You've got the Andrea Steakhouse there. You've got a leather shop. You've got the Dionysus restaurant. You've got a jewellery shop. You've got a Japanese restaurant here. You've got the Blazing Salads over there. You've got the Dolce Vita down there. You've got a Chinese restaurant. And just a bit further on, you've got an undercover nightclub. If you look down here to the left, Absolute 168. And then the final one on the strip, Second Cup Coffee Shop. Great coffee.
We've been here.
Indeed, we have.
With the Queen Elizabeth.
We have. We took the Queen Elizabeth there. Not the Queen you're thinking of, but there's a Queen Elizabeth who lives in Aquileia, and she's got more blue blood in her than any other royal. So she tells us. Anyway, time for the big goodbye, Christina Vic.
Well, I would like to tell you that this road up to the Coral Bay, it's so pleasant and amazing, except the road quality. But we would like to tell you that we are loving you to bits.
What's all Stefan say is thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe. Please come back for a little bit more of our madness and, of course, her beauty. Watching with Sylvia Labouth. Thanks for watching.